Steve Hartman is here to tell us a little more about that story. What a sweet child that little boy is, right?
He was very sweet, and he wasn't the only boy that I found that was giving money to their parents.
Really?
Yeah, the town that I live in, the economy's, it's a little worse there than a lot of other places. And there were 3 or 4 boys when I set up that booth who said, you know, I'm giving money to my parents too.
Wow, that's a hard lesson in economics for
I
these
know.
kids. But a lot of people wrote letters with $40 thinking that they were going to replenish his piggy bank.
Right.
But they didn't know him as well as they thought, right?
Exactly. He was, that was the intention. That's why they set the $40, because that's what he gave. And his mother and father said, you can keep the money. But he insisted, again, 10 times over, that his folks keep the money.
And things are going a little bit better for his family. As
Yeah,
you mentioned,
well,
his dad has a job.
used that money. They used that money. He'd been trying to get jobs at Burger King and McDonald's. He was overqualified for those jobs, supposedly. And he was driving around, and they really needed gas money. They did not have gas money so that he could go and check out these places. And he used it, and he finally stumbled on a place. They had 12 applicants for this one job, but he was chosen, and now he's got regular work, which, you know, it's not really that much better than unemployment. But he feels a lot better about himself.
Yeah, and he is bringing some money home, and who knows, maybe that'll lead to other opportunities, right?
Right.
It's just nice that you did a follow-up, and they're in a better position now.
I know.
Than they were, you know, when you first visited them.
And I don't know if that speaks for the whole. Sometimes the stories feel like microcosms of what's happening in the country, and in a way, I feel this one may be a microcosm of what's happening. Things being a little better, but not a whole lot better.
Right. And speaking of follow-ups, you have some good news from that incredible story you did last week for us, Steve, about the skydiver who risked his life for the woman who was skydiving for the first time, right?
He was a skydiving instructor, Dave Hartsock, and it's the kind of thing where I don't know if you've sky.
I never have, and I never will, but go ahead.
Yeah, you do it where you're attached to the instructor.
A tandem jump,
yeah,
right?
Tandem jump they call it, and their chute malfunctioned. And they're coming down, and they're going.
And the second chute got stuck in the malfunctioning first chute, right?
Right. So they're coming down at about 40 miles an hour towards the ground.
Oh.
And to make a long story short, he repositions himself so that he is the first one that's going to hit, and his customer is going to land on top of him.
Because
basically,
he was like this on top of her, right?
Yes, that's right. And so he moved it around so that he'd be underneath, and he would be like a pillow for her to land on. And it did. It worked that way. It softened the blow.
She walked away, by the way, right?
She didn't walk away.
Oh, she didn't? Was she injured?
She was injured, but she's walking now.
Right.
He's not walking now. His sacrifice, a tremendous self-sacrifice, cost him in the use of his arm and 2 legs. Viewers found the story particularly emotional.
And you said he was having trouble paying his medical bills.
His mom, he wasn't married, and his mother had come in to help. She had mortgaged her house and, spent everything she had. He could not afford the care he needed. He needed to get turned every night for every couple hours, I think. Could not afford to have somebody come in and do that. So viewers found this out. And they sent in $40,000.
Wow. Have you been able to tell him this good news?
He knows it. It's done online, so he's able to go and he's able to see how much people have donated.
Is he thrilled?
He's thrilled. And I'm thrilled that our viewers, that folks really take the time, and feel the stories as strongly as we do. Because we really, we care about these people we're doing stories on.
Right.
And the fact that some of that comes across sometimes and viewers really get connected and feel like they can help, makes me feel more worthwhile.
Oh, definitely. Well, thank you for talking with us about both of these stories. And
Thanks.
We're going to try to do this for you all online because Steve and I often talk away, but we don't have a lot of time on the evening news, and it's always fun for me to find out how Steve got the stories he did, where you got the ideas, and some of the things that he might not have had time to tell us during the broadcast. So we're going to try to do this regularly. Meanwhile, you can catch all of Steve's Assignment America segments Monday on the CBS Evening News. Thanks for watching.